Buckle up, folks, because today we're diving into some seriously mind-bending territory. We're talking about the Pleiadians book.
And let me tell you, this isn't your typical self-help book. It's a wild ride.
So we're talking Pleiadians, extraterrestrials. What makes their perspectives so unique?
Well, they claim Earth wasn't just meant to be another planet. It was designed to be like this grand galactic library, a place where beings from all over the cosmos would come to exchange knowledge, push the boundaries of understanding.
A cosmic library, huh? Sounds a lot more exciting than what we've got going on down here. So what happened?
Well, it's like Earth was meant to be this amazing melting pot, right? With all these different beings, thinkers and perceivers.
Perceivers. Okay, now you got to explain that one.
So thinkers, that's us humans, stuck in our 3D reality. But perceivers, they experience things in 4D, a whole other level of awareness.
4D. So are we talking extra senses here? Seeing sounds and tasting colors?
It's more about how they process information, how they experience time. Imagine we humans are like, I don't know, those old dot matrix printers, yeah, processing things bit by bit. But perceivers, they're like high-speed internet, downloading entire concepts in an instant.
Okay, I can kind of picture that. But how do we make that leap? From dot matrix to high-speed internet? That's a serious upgrade.
That's the big question, isn't it? The Pleiadians say humanity is on this massive journey of evolution, moving from this limited thinking to a way more expansive way of perceiving. And here's the thing, Earth's transformation is tied to our own.
So it's not just about us individually growing, it's the whole planet going through a makeover.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about those Earth changes? What are the Pleiadians saying about those? Should we be stocking up on canned goods?
Well, they don't sugarcoat it. They talk about these healing fevers, big societal shifts, upheaval, even natural disasters. It's like the Earth's going through a massive detox.
Okay, so more like a cosmic enema than a gentle cleanse. But there's light at the end of this cosmic tunnel, right?
Oh, absolutely. The Pleiadians say these fevers are necessary. They're going to clear the way for a new era, an era of harmony, amazing abilities. Imagine a deeper connection to our true potential than we can even imagine now. They paint a picture of a future where humanity finally steps into its role as stewards of the Earth and into a whole new level of awareness.
That does sound incredible. But here's what always gets me with this kind of stuff. If we're so powerful, if we create our own reality, why does life feel like a cosmic joke sometimes? I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't order this chaos with my morning coffee.
That's a really valid point, and the Pleiadians actually address it head on. They say we're often our own worst enemies.
Meaning?
Imagine you've been given this blank canvas, a palette of infinite colors. But instead of painting these incredible masterpieces, you just doodle inside this tiny little box.
Because that's all we think we're allowed to do, right? We limit ourselves.
Exactly. The Pleiadians say we get so caught up in our limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk, the fear of our own potential, that we forget we're the ones holding the brushes. They're basically telling us, stop doodling and start painting your reality.
Easier said than done. But what if those wild dreams we have, those out there ideas, are actually glimpses of what we're capable of?
That's exactly what they're suggesting. They encourage us to pay attention to those flashes of inspiration, those moments when the impossible seems possible. They're like breadcrumbs, leading us back to our true power.
So we're not victims of circumstance. We're actually powerful creators. Wow. That's a lot to process, but how do we actually make that leap? Go from feeling powerless to wielding this cosmic paintbrush with confidence. So last time we were getting all artsy, talking about painting our own realities, but then a thought hit me. What about free will? I mean, if we're all creating our own realities, what about everyone else on the planet with their own paintbrushes?
Right.
Or we're talking about some kind of cosmic paint fight?
It's a great question. And this is where things get even more interesting. The Pleiadians talk about probable selves.
Probable selves. Okay, now you're speaking a whole other language.
So picture this. It's Thanksgiving, and there are countless versions of you, all celebrating in their own way. One version is having a blast with their family, another decided to go solo, maybe a retreat in the mountains, and yet another, well, let's just say their Friendsgiving potluck got a little out of hand.
Okay, now I'm craving mashed potatoes, but I get your point.
Yeah.
So you're saying there are infinite versions of ourselves out there, each one living out a different possibility.
Exactly. Like a choose-your-own-adventure, but on a cosmic scale. And here's where it gets wild. They say our DNA holds the key to accessing these probable selves.
Hold on, our DNA.
They describe it as light-encoded filaments that contain memories of our galactic past. Our potential futures, all of it.
Light-encoded filaments. Okay, now you're just messing with me.
Think of it like this. Your DNA is like a cosmic library card, and it gives you access to this massive network of information and experiences. But here's the catch. To unlock those memories, to really tap into our full potential, the Pleiadians say self-love is key.
Self-love. So we're talking more than just bubble baths and positive affirmations here.
Oh yeah, it's way bigger than that. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing not just your flaws,
Yeah, right?
but the infinite potential reflected back at you. The Pleiadians are suggesting that when we truly love and accept ourselves, we unlock those hidden memories. We activate these dormant abilities within us.
Okay, I can get behind that. But let's talk about those not-so-friendly extraterrestrial neighbors you mentioned earlier. If we're all about love and light, who are the party crashers?
So the Pleiadians warn about beings who might want to take advantage of where humanity's at right now,
Yeah.
offering us these tempting technologies, easy answers that sound really good on the surface. But they've got ulterior motives.
So not all benevolent beings offering us cosmic cookies and rides in their spaceships.
Not exactly. They actually compare it to giving a smartphone to a toddler.
Okay.
I mean, it might seem fun and exciting, but without the maturity and understanding to use it wisely, it can do more harm than good.
Yeah, that's a scary thought. So how do we tell the difference? How do we know who are the cosmic helpers and who are the cosmic hucksters?
Discernment. The Pleiadians emphasize that it's so important to develop this strong inner compass. It's not about being suspicious of everyone and everything, but about trusting our intuition.
So that gut feeling we get, that's our inner cosmic BS detector.
Exactly. And they offer a framework for navigating all of this, which we'll get into right after the break.
All right, so before the break, things were getting kind of real. We were talking about cosmic discernment. Basically, how to tell the intergalactic gurus from, well, the ones you don't want crashing your meditation retreat.
Exactly. And the Pleiadians actually offer some pretty down-to-earth advice.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
They say it all starts with self-awareness.
Okay, self-awareness.
Understanding how our thoughts, beliefs, all of it, how that shapes our reality. It's like cleaning out a really messy, dusty attic. You got to get rid of the junk to make room for something new.
So it's more than just slapping on a happy face and thinking positive. It's about going deep, confronting the shadows, all that.
You got it. They say that when we can finally release those limiting beliefs, all that emotional baggage we drag around, it's like our vibration rises, our frequency.
Oh, our frequency, right.
And as that frequency increases, so does our ability to tell what's really good for us.
Okay, but how do we know?
Yeah.
What are some signs we're on the right track, frequency-wise?
The Pleiadians say a big one is a stronger intuition, that inner voice, that gut feeling. It gets louder.
So we're not talking about just knowing when to buy a lottery ticket. This is like a deeper knowing about what's right for our soul, our purpose.
Yeah, exactly. They're basically saying, look, when we align with our true selves, that's when we can tap into this wellspring of wisdom and guidance. It's always been there. We just have to learn how to tune in.
So here's the question I have. If we're all creating our own realities, right, and some people are still, stuck on a lower frequency, what does that mean for the planet as a whole? It's like a cosmic tug of war between, love and fear or something.
It's more like a grand symphony, I guess,
Okay.
where each of us is playing our own instrument. And as more and more of us, as we raise our vibration, the harmony of the whole planet shifts, right? It's like adding more instruments to the orchestra. It gets richer, more beautiful.
So our own little efforts, our own choices to grow, to evolve, it all adds up to a larger shift.
That's the Pleiadian perspective. They believe Earth is in the middle of this massive transformation, a change in consciousness. And it's not just us, it's the entire cosmos.
Okay, now we're talking about a party I want to be at. But what does this actually look like, this planetary transformation?
Yeah.
Flying cars, teleportation.
Well, they do talk about some pretty mind-blowing tech coming our way, things that'll change how we understand what's possible. But they're clear that real change, it's got to come from within. It's got to start with us. As we grow spiritually, emotionally, the world around us will reflect that.
So no waiting around for some magical event. It's on us to create the future we want, individually and together.
Yeah, exactly. The Pleiadians believe humanity's got a big role to play in all of this. They say we're here to be this bridge between heaven and earth, to bring light and love into the very fabric of existence.
Wow. That's a pretty amazing purpose when you think about it. So what's our takeaway? For those of us who are, feeling called to step into all of this.
The Pleiadians say, embrace your power, trust that inner voice, that intuition, and never underestimate how powerful even the smallest acts of kindness can be. And remember, You're not alone. We're all in this together. We have each other and the wisdom of the universe to guide us.
So to wrap it all up, remember who you are, embrace your power, and let your light shine. Because together, we can create something truly amazing. And on that note, we'll catch you on the flip side of reality for our next deep dive.